This is IGN. Another Lost World. This is your IGN review of Jurassic World Rebirth by Clint Gage. There's a story running through the world half of the Jurassic franchise that involves greedy corporations squeezing the last pennies out of that precious dino DNA. InGen or Biosyn or a pharmaceutical company, everybody's lining up for one more crack at cashing in off John Hammond's original spark of brilliance. Unfortunately, the new Jurassic World Rebirth is an example of art imitating life. All these years after the creative and commercial jackpot of 1993's Jurassic Park, Universal tries to make good on a massive investment in dinosaurs one last time with a movie about a company trying to make good on a massive investment in dinosaurs one last time. But instead of a rebirth for the franchise, they've ended up with just another Lost World. Now, a couple things before I dive back into disliking this movie. Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali could read the phone book to each other while wearing beige sweaters on a cloudy day, and I'd be on board. They're more often than not the most interesting things on screen in whatever movie they happen to be in, and that's true for Jurassic World Rebirth as well. As covert operations specialist Zora Bennett and her trusted mercenary colleague Duncan Kincaid, Johansson and Ali are at their usual best here. Rebirth starts strongly enough as well. The promise of dropping Gareth Edwards into the Jurassic world seems like it's paying off in the opening sequences. The only director who's worked with both Godzilla and the Death Star, Edwards knows how to create real terror with scale on screen. And there's a great horror, almost B-movie vibe in the beginning of Jurassic World Rebirth that I'm really into. When the iconic Jurassic Park logo appears on screen, it's accompanied by a score that would be at home in a classic Universal monster movie. There's no majesty to it, none of that trademark John Williams flavor of wonder. It's all creepy creature feature vibes on the soundtrack, and I actually loved it because it's a new flavor for the franchise. There's a boldness to the move of subtitling the sixth Jurassic Park sequel, Rebirth. It's kind of a promise that says we're in store for something different, and based on these opening moments, Edwards is coming at this movie with a legitimately new energy that lasts past the cold open. In an early scene where Rupert Friend's shady corporate exec hires Johansson's covert ops expert Zora Bennett to take part in his shadiness, the exposition is set against action in the background that very quickly establishes the dynamic between dinosaurs and humans post-Jurassic World dominion. It's the kind of efficiency in storytelling that I really like, and there's a funny bit of it right out of the gate in Rebirth. So everything is heading in the right direction, and then it starts heading in the same old direction. There's another as yet unheard of island where InGen did its dirtiest work, and a group of heroes, villains, and other assorted dino chow find themselves in a fight to survive. It's the same thing the franchise has done with varying degrees of success and pretty consistent degrees of failure since The Lost World. If this had been a monster movie about a group of mercenaries sent to recover DNA from a dinosaur-filled island, hell yeah, I'm into that. On the other hand, if this were a monster movie about a family marooned on one of InGen's old islands, forced to survive on the strength of their wits with no weapons or designs on profiting off of dinosaurs, I'm into that too. Instead, there's just a family there completely by accident who's doing their own thing the whole movie. The way they cross over with Scarlett Johansson and her side of the cast is mostly incidental, and the themes they represent don't really have anything to offer to Rebirth as a whole. If they weren't there at all, it really wouldn't have mattered. For example, maybe one character lost a child and so they're extra determined to get these kids safely off the island. If the Delgados weren't there, that character would just have to rely on not getting eaten for motivation, which is no big loss. There's a disappointing amount of same old thing to Jurassic World Rebirth. Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and the rest of the cast are intriguing and sympathetic throughout, but Gareth Edwards doesn't quite recapture his signature flair for grand-scale visuals, nor does David Koepp find the magic of his original Jurassic Park screenplay, opting to follow that movie's structure as more of a remix than a rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth's IGN score? 5 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest Jurassic World Rebirth updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.